Hello, Internet. Welcome to NerdChat. So, today we are continuing... What?
You know, it's funny. Your face.
Go on.
Keep going.
No, I'm not going to move on until we've talked about this.
I'm sorry. It's just...
What did I say about moving in your chair? You sit still and you pay attention to the story I'm about to tell you and stop squeaking that damn thing. Oh my god.
Go on.
Today we are continuing the story of Dark Knight's Metal, and this is an actual issue, not a tie-in. So, we're back to the actual main story.
Okay, cool.
So, this starts... It starts on the Kent farm, and the battle with Barbados has been over for like a couple days now. And it's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, they're all in civilian garb, and Lois Lane, and they're watching Damian and Jonathan playing guitar. They're like trying to start a band. And the song they're playing is na 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 Batman. And Batman's like, I think this band might have potential. And Clark is like, it's only 2 chords, man. I think they might need to work on a little bit more. See, like Superman songs, they have some more build up to them. And Batman starts to go into this emotional thing where he's like, I just really want to thank all of you for like everything that you've done to help me get through this. Like, we saw the darkest of times, and I didn't think we were going to pull through. But because of all of you, and Wonder Woman's like, oh my god, stop. Get a better writer because you are not good at the sentimental stuff. And she's like, Lois, what about you? And she like sticks her hands up in the air like, nope, I'm off the clock. I'm here to rock. But then Batman starts bleeding from the chest in the shape of a bat symbol. And they all start freaking out. They're like, what, Bruce, what's going on? And Damian's like, Father? And then Barbados' arm just reaches out of Batman.
Oh, shit.
And Batman looks down, and the only thing he says is Carpe Diem. And then he turns into Barbados. And Superman doesn't understand what's going on, but then he wakes up. And he realizes that, that none of that actually happened. It was all just a dream. But he has been attached to this tower in Metropolis. And Wonder Woman is there, and she put the lasso of truth around his arm to break him out of it. So a few days have passed for them in real time.
Yes.
But the whole world has pretty much fallen. Like a new city falls every day, if not more. And they're just trying to fly around and look around Metropolis. And this, you find out in the next issue that we're going to cover, it jumps around, which is weird. Like I said, I'm doing this in the order that they released. So it's annoying that this comic comes out after and doesn't explain this, because it is only for like 2 panels, so you kind of miss it. But everyone in the city has been turned into a doomsday.
Oh.
And Superman's asking, where's Lois? Where's Jonathan? And Wonder Woman tells him, Lois has been turned into one of these, but Jonathan is safe. Lois was able to get him into a safe house, and you'll find out in the next issue that we're going to talk about. But that's it for that. But Superman just says, where is Barbados? And she's like, Superman, I can't tell you that. Where is Barbados? He's in Gotham. And he just rockets off to Gotham. Now, do you have something to say? You look like you had a question.
I was going to say, that sounds like... No, never mind. I lost my train of thought. Continue.
Okay. Anyway, he goes to Gotham, and he finds Barbados, and there are 2 giant Joker dragons flying around him. There's her thing. I don't know where that came from, but all Batman's worth nightmares. I'm sure there's a universe where that's one. If not a few people.
It does not sound like they are on... Now I know.
What?
That sounds like the tidbits I've heard about the origin story for the Doomsday Batman.
The Doomsday Batman?
Yeah, the one that killed Superman. Well, I guess they all technically killed Superman, but the Doomsday Dark Knight Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find that that's the next issue. Is
so
him. That's
are they no longer? They're on that Earth.
No, they're on the main Earth.
So they brought that shit to our... Oh, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I still have... I have not read them, but I do know pieces of all the Dark Knight's origins. And that one sounded familiar.
Yeah, next Monday will be that one. So
cool.
We'll have that covered here.
Continue.
But once he gets there, he sees Barbados, and Barbados is like, I told you in your dream, Superman. Okay, so I forgot to tell you. These dreams, Superman, this is not the first one he's had. He's been dreaming entire lifetimes over the past few days.
Oh, like some Black Mercy shit.
Yeah, it's very much like that, where he tries everything he can to stop Barbados. And that timeline that he just saw was the only one that he won. But when Barbados emerged, he was like, you only won because I wanted you to see what it was like to win and then to rip it from you. But there's you see things where he fights with just heroes that you would never expect him to be along. You see him fighting with the new gods, but they're all strung up and dead. So it's not great for any of those timelines. So Superman, it just gave him a taste of what it was like to finally beat Barbados and took it out. And Barbados knows all this because he was the one orchestrated. So he's like, I told you in your dream, Superman, all roads lead to darkness. And that's when he sees Batman coming through coming through this light. He says, Bruce, oh my God, Bruce, it's actually you. I can recognize your hearts, or I can recognize your vital signs. What are we gonna do? And he's just like, well, the same thing we always end up doing. And he just fucking decks him. And it turns out that he's the Devastator one, the one that's Doomsday. Because he was coming as regular Bruce. He can transform between the two forms.
Oh, he can?
Yeah, he can.
That's cool.
Yeah, he can transform between the two. So he was coming at him as Batman and then transformed into the Devastator and just decked into him. So he knocks him across the city, and he lands in this winter area. And he's like, where the hell am I? And the Batman Who Laughs comes out and says, you're in Gotham. Well, in Crime Alley to be more specific. And Superman says to him, you're Bruce Wayne still at your core. This is your city. You need to protect it. What is wrong with you? And he's like, yeah, I used to protect my city, but now I leave that to all my former enemies. I let them out of Arkham and let them all take control. So everyone from Arkham has a territory of Gotham, and Mr. Freeze has Crime Alley. But then all of the Dark Knights show up and just start taking down Superman. And he's doing a Superman thing where he's like, I'll never stand down to you. You're Bruce Wayne at your core, all of you. And there has to be some good in you. And that's when the Dark Knight, or the Batman Who Laughs says, yeah, funny, that's what you said to me right before he killed you on my Earth. Or right before, I won't tell you. Because what happens to Superman is pretty savage. But that's when Flash comes in and grabs him, and he's like, Flash, where are you taking me? And he goes right through the Dr. Fate portal, and that's when they're in their little hidey hole in the bar.
Oh my God, finally.
So they're in the Oblivion bar, and that's where they all try to rally to make a plan. However, they just expose themselves, which means it's only a matter of time until the Dark Knights find them.
Yeah.
Because they had no idea where they were going before, but this time they're going to be able to track them. We have maybe 10 minutes to figure this out before we have to bail again. So Superman looks around, everyone looks like crap, but none more than Nightwing does. Nightwing, it's described in the comic as for more information on Jon Snow Nightwing, go read this. And that's a time we're not going to cover, but I did talk to you about it a bit.
Yes, we talked about those times.
Yeah, so that's them trying to take Gotham back.
Because that's Gotham Resistance, right?
Gotham Resistance,
that's
yes.
Right.
So he's here from that, and he's like, Nightwing, you look like you went through hell. Yeah, I pretty much did, and a lot worse. We've been fighting nonstop for days without sleep. And so that's when Nightwing catches Superman up on everything that's been happening in the real world thus far, which is everything that we currently know. So the different Dark Knights, what they did to each city, so everything that we've covered so far, Nightwing catches Clark up on. Yeah,
because he and Wonder Woman have been MIA for a while.
Yes. And I don't entirely know how Wonder Woman got out. But they're like, yeah, we lost every major city. Central City, Coast City, all of them. And we even lost the Teen Titans and the regular Titans. We don't know where they are or what happened to them. So, who you see in this bar is who's left. And that's it. So, he explains to him the tower that he was strapped to, they've been building those towers in every city. And those towers are meant to, drag their universe, into the dark. It's supposed to like suck the Earth like into the dark multiverse. And Dark Knights, like I said, they're on their way, so they're trying to plan fast. Now, what they know is that the metals can hurt them. So, like, they found some nth metal, and like Green Arrow made arrows out of them, and that like can kill the Dark Knights like straight up. They've only been using them on Robins so far. Because the Batman Who Laughs has a bunch of like evil Robins, and he just like kills them easy with those. So they've been trying to find out where they can get more of this metal. Now, what they know so far of what they have on hand, there are 2 items at least on them, aside from all the arrowheads that Green Arrow's been making. They have Steel's hammer, which is made of nth metal, along with Dr. Fate's helmet.
Yeah.
These are both nth metal, and there's that plastic man egg that I've referenced a few times, and he is vibrating at a really weird frequency. Now, they are being able to use these 3 items, including Plastic Man himself as an egg, to realize that there are 3 locations in the universe that have more nth metal out there. And one of them is underneath Atlantis, which is a forbidden land, and at this point, I believe that Arthur is cast out.
Yeah, he's not king.
Yeah, so he's not allowed in Atlantis, especially not in the forbidden part of Atlantis that even kings aren't supposed to step into. Then they also find it at they say the center of the multiverse, which Wonder Woman recognizes as the Rock of Eternity. Which, I don't know where Shazam has been for a while.
He's probably playing video games.
Like, when you sent that image, and I asked you where it was from, where he was playing ping pong with Cyborg, that's what my question was. I'm like, where did you get that? Because I have not seen Shazam in quite a while.
No, I get Mr. Shaft, if he's listening, he sent me that.
Okay.
So I don't know where that's from,
Excellent.
but that was from him.
And then the last one they see is out in deep space somewhere, and it is important, but you're not going to find that on this issue what it is.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. However, you can probably figure it out if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Keep going.
Anyway, so they all split into teams to go for the medal, and as they're about to leave, they find out there's one more lead, which is Superman talks about that dream, and when Batman said Carpe Diem, now that is important for a reason. Now, you know there's that Trinity comic that's going on, and so Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, being the Trinity that they are, they have this code. So, since they're all their first names, Clark, Bruce, and Diana, now, if Bruce is ever in trouble, he's supposed to send a code that's CD. So that's his call to be like, I need help. And Superman recognized that in the dream. He's like, Batman is calling for us to come get him. And Nightwing says, he's like, I've experienced something similar, but I think that it's best for us to stay here. And Damian does not agree with that. He's like, my dad is in trouble. And Dick is like, I love him just as much as you. I get that. I get that he's in trouble, but he would want us to stay here and fight and find a way to fix this, not come searching for him. And Superman's like, that's fine. I don't need all of you, but I'm going to go save my friend. So, where am I at?
My pants.
No, I'm not. So, one of the evil Robins shows up at this point, and he, like, jumps at one of them, and a sword goes through him, and he just, like, pinned to the wall, dead. And there's a dude, you just hear a voice, and he's like, I assume that if you needed some help, that it would pay. And it's Deathstroke.
Oh my god, yes!
So, Deathstroke's armor and his sword are made of promethium.
No, that's right.
And so that gives them the firepower they need to go to the 4 different places now, because they needed another like nth metal or something.
They needed another one
special
of the
metal to be able to split up, because they need one of them to go send Superman to the Dark Multiverse. So at that point, all the Dark Knights start coming into the bar, and they all bail out through fate, and he sends them off into their different locations. So we have 4 teams. We have Wonder Woman, Kendra, and Dr. Fate. They go to the Rock of Eternity. Hal, Mr. Terrific, and Plastic Egg go to space.
Eggman.
Aquaman and Slade, they go to Atlantis. And
They're gonna go fuck some shit up.
Yeah, and then Barry, Steel, and Clark go to the Fortress of Solitude. Now, what they have learned is that the Phantom Zone, they're pretty sure that it's some sort of, they call it a permeable membrane, between the main universe and the dark multiverse.
Yes.
Because it exists outside of their own universe.
So it's like a thin film layer between the two.
Yes.
So passing between them, you're passing through the Phantom Zone.
So, through science, I'm guessing...
Comic book pseudoscience!
Some way by, like, using, the nth metal and the hammer and using berries like a tuning fork with the anti-monitors.
Comic book nonsense, yes.
the anti-cannon or whatever. They're just like, let's mix all these things together, throw them at the wall, see what sticks, and that is able to get Superman to where he needs to go. That's like, what's important here.
It's like alchemy in Skyrim. You just kind of take what you got, you just start fucking mixing it together.
And voila, you have a trip to the dark multiverse. So Superman does get there, and he's like, yes, it's gonna work. There's no, there's no way that it's a trap.
Oh my god.
So he gets right to this big tower that's in the shape of an S, and there are a bunch of Supermen strapped to it, charging the tower, using all the Supermen as batteries. And Batman is there, and he's like, what are you doing? Why did you come? I warned you to stay away. When they were playing the na 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 Batman, the two chords were DC backwards to stay away.
Oh, shit.
And Superman missed it, and Barbados caught on and had Bruce in the Dream tell him the code.
Oh, man.
So he was able to draw Superman. It was... So, yeah.
That's not good.
And Batman is, like, old. Like, he looks, like, wrinkled. Like, he is not well. He's clearly drained of everything he has.
It's like Batman Beyond Bruce.
No. Because he is skinny as a twig.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
No. But that's where that one ends. So everyone went off to go do the different things, but Superman has fallen into a trap. So
it's going to be really bad. Unless they can free them. An army of Supermen would be nice.
I'm going to tell you that doesn't happen.
Well, I'm sure it does not, because that would...
I will tell you, an army of Superman does show up. You don't want them, though. They're not...
Yeah, because...
They're not from the main universe.
Now, I like Dark Knight's Metal.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a lot of the things that happen to lead the Dark Knights to victory are very heavily based in convenience. Now, in particular, the Dark Knight that I don't like is Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
I feel like he just wins because...
Yeah.
It's like...
But that's kind of the thing. They all do. Like, Red Death is just faster than Barry because...
I know.
And the reason is because it's all of their worst nightmares come to life.
But it's weird that those powers, or that permanent ability to win, transfers into the real multiverse as opposed to being in the dark one. Because it makes sense in the dark multiverse, because that multiverse is nightmares come to life. It's the worst possible outcomes come to life. So, and now remember, I'm not saying I don't like Dark Knight's Metal, because I do. This is one of the better storylines that I've well, I guess read, listened to, whatever, in a while. And I like it a lot, but it does feel like some of the villains in particular are very heavily based in convenience.
Yeah, I hear that. But that is very much the case for a lot of things. And you'll find that there's a lot of things that seem to be like, oh, finally, the heroes had some of that convenience, and then it's ripped right away from them. Like,
exactly.
It's all part of all of these Batman's plan. And it's very much like, you can't beat Batman because he's Batman.
Well, exactly.
And that's the thing. That's why they keep winning, is because they're Batman. They have plot armor up the wazoo.
They have plot armor up the asshole.
So... But yeah, that's the end of issue, and so the next one, as I said, will be the Devastator, which is the Batman Doomsday, and that is a really cool story. I like that one a lot.
Yes, from the few tidbits I have of that one and Batman Who Laughs, I am looking very forward to the full comics of those. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that one will be next, and then so come back Thursday for more of Spider-Man Renew Your Vows.
Indeed.
Yep.
Which issue is that one?
I have no idea.
We're recording super out of order.
Yeah. Wherever I am in this video is not where you are in your videos. So.
Nope. It'll be the next one.
Yeah. Look at whatever the last one was. And then go one number higher, and it'll be the one after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us. You know what to do on YouTube. There's that like button. You can press it. You can press the subscribe button. We're almost 100 subscribers. We might be at it by the time we upload this video.
Indeed, that's true.
But
you can even hit that little bell if you want, or don't. You don't gotta do any of that, but we appreciate it if you
press
do.
it. Like, you wouldn't want to miss the next video, right? I wouldn't.
I mean, I wouldn't, but maybe they do.
Yeah, you know.
Or maybe they're just nonconformist and don't want to hit the bell button.
You know, almost by the time that... No, not this one, but not too long after this, that Spider-Man game is going to come out, and I'm going to put all my gameplay on the channel. So, if you want to watch myself and maybe Rick will tag along to do a Let's Play of that.
I will 100% tag along for that.
All right.
Alright.
So stick around for that. See, lots of content. All the
Stuff. Thanks for stopping by, folks.
Thanks for coming.